What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Rocco's Kitchen. Tonight we are making minestrone. But before we delve into what we're going to need for that, as always, cheers. Don't forget, if you're enjoying these videos, hit that like and subscribe. Now, what you're going to need. We got our mirepoix, which is going to be 3 cups of onion, diced, yellow onion, 1.5 cups of carrot, 1.5 cups of celery, all diced. 1 zucchini and 1 squash, diced. Half a pound of pancetta, diced. 1 bunch of lacinato kale, julienned, which no more traditional would be curly cabbage or a Savoy cabbage, but this stuff's gonna work out great. And I got 5 cloves of garlic, minced. Our fresh herbs, got about 1 tablespoon of fresh oregano and half a tablespoon of rosemary, half a tablespoon of thyme, all chopped up real fine. We use 2 bay leaves, 12 cups of chicken stock, a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and then separately we're going to cook our beans. So I got a pound of cannellini beans here. I'm going to cook that with a bouquet garni, kind of thyme, a couple garlic cloves, and a bay leaf. We're going to tie that up, put that in the pot with the beans, get that started first. We're also going to cook our pasta. We're going to cook off some ditalini separately. I like to add that to the soup afterwards. I don't like it to sit in the soup. It gets soggy and you lose the texture of your pasta. Alright, well, anyways, start with our beans. We're going to rinse those off, put them in a pot with water 3 inches high, get our herbs in there and garlic and whatnot, get that simmering, and then we're going to start building our soup. We got our beans rinsed and in a pot with water 3 inches above the beans. And go ahead and throw in our herbs, bay leaf, and garlic. And we're going to bring it to a simmer and then cover it and let it simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour until the beans are tender but not falling apart. While those beans are cooking, I'm going to start rendering down the pancetta in a big stock pot. I'm going to let this cook until it just starts to crisp. That's going to take a couple minutes. We'll be right back. It's just starting to crisp up, so now we're going to go in with our celery, carrots, and onion. As well as our garlic. We're going to let that cook for a couple minutes until it begins to soften. It's starting to get soft, so now we're going in with our zucchini or squash. Same thing. A couple minutes till that starts getting soft. Our beans are almost at a simmer, but this white foam, when that starts coming up, you do want to get that out of there, or it'll go to the bottom and burn, and make it bitter. So every once in a while, just scrape that out, dump it down the sink. Zucchini's starting to soften, so now we're going in with our kale. Or, if you want to make it more traditional, your cabbage. Give that a stir. And cook it for about 2-3 more minutes before we add our stock and our herbs and bay leaf. Our greens are starting to wilt, so now we're going to go in with our stock. Also, a can of crushed tomatoes. Our herbs and bay leaf. At this point, we're also going to season with salt and pepper. Remembering that we can always adjust it at the end. You don't want to add too much. You can't take it out. Okay. Now we're going to bring that to a simmer and let that simmer for about 20 minutes. Our beans are tender and our soup has simmered for 20 minutes. So now we're going to add our beans to the soup. And we're going to let that simmer for another 30 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to cook off that pound of ditalini I got and strain it. Our pasta is ready to go, so I'm about to strain that. Our soup is ready too. So after I strain the pasta, I'm just going to scoop a little of that into the bottom of the bowl, scoop a little of our soup on top, and we're ready to go. Now we got ourselves a nice big bowl of minestrone here. To finish it off, I'm just going to do a little drizzle, extra virgin olive oil, and some freshly grated pecorino romano. And of course, you want some crusty bread. Sop up all those extra juices. That's it, folks. I'm about to go eat. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good night.